Welcome to the 4th annual Bowen Awards ceremony. My name is Regina Grotjohn, and I serve as the Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and Diversity Initiatives at the Bowen School of Law. The Bowen Awards is an opportunity to recognize the most distinguished members of our law school community. The law students and legal professionals recognized during the program have excelled in areas of academics, public service, and community engagement in ways that exemplify Bowen's commitment to core values of professionalism, public service, and access to justice. This awards program may look a little different than in years past, but our commitment to recognizing these exceptional individuals remains the same. Thank you for watching, and again, welcome to Bowen Awards.
Hi, I'm Christine Massey. I will be presenting the Mentor of the Year Award to Judge Audrey Evans. When I came to law school, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and I had no one in my life who had been through it that I could turn to. Thankfully, I only had to spend a few weeks trying to figure it out on my own, because the mentorship program at Bowen quickly connected me with fellow Bowen alum, Judge Audrey Evans. The mentor program was one of the selling points for me about Bowen, but being paired with Judge Evans was still an even better match than I could have ever imagined. After our very first meeting, I left feeling so excited to have connected with someone so deeply and so easily, and I was humbled to have someone on my side with so much experience and advice she was willing to share with me. Even after our formal year of mentorship was concluded, I knew that our relationship was just beginning, and I'm so thankful that Judge Evans felt the same way. During my 3 years in law school, I leaned on her for help with job applications, came to her many times for insight into the legal community, shared with her my frustrations and burning questions, and learned countless lessons from her about not only what it's like to be a lawyer, but how to navigate that path as a woman. Her bank of knowledge has been invaluable to me, and her friendship is worth all of the difficulties of law school and then some. I'm inspired by her strength and her journey throughout her career, and I'm so thankful for her support as I prepare to begin my own. I can think of no one more deserving of the Mentor of the Year award, and I'm so honored to be able to introduce her to you today. Judge Audrey Evans was a non-traditional student at Bowen, like many of us here. She graduated cum laude from the University of Texas at Austin in 1967 and didn't become a law student until 1980. In the interim, she taught elementary school in Austin, Texas before moving to Washington, D.C. with her husband, Don. There, she worked as a typist, became a mother, worked as an exercise instructor, and took an interest in the public school system. After moving back to Little Rock in 1975, she was appointed to the Pulaski County Board of Equalization, representing the Little Rock's public schools, and served in this role until she began law school. While at the William H. Bowen School of Law, she worked as an associate editor at the Law Journal and graduated in 1983 with highest honors. Judge Evans began her legal career clerking for the Honorable Thomas Isley, who was then Chief Judge of the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Arkansas. She then went into private practice, where she represented both debtors and creditors and served on numerous boards, bar organizations, and foundations. In 2002, she was appointed as a United States bankruptcy judge for the Eastern and Western Districts of Arkansas. She served in this role until her retirement in 2015, holding the title of Chief Judge from 2003 through 2009. I met Judge Evans shortly after her retirement, and I can personally attest that she hasn't slowed down a bit. She supports her friends and shows up for the causes that she is passionate about. She donates her time and energy to the people and principles that are important to her, as evidenced by her serving on the committee to name the Helena Federal Courthouse in honor of Judge Trieber, who was the first Jewish federal judge in the United States. Her involvement in the Elaine Massacre Memorial Committee, which was dedicated exactly 100 years after the Elaine Massacre in Helena to honor the lives that were lost, and her serving as both member and chair of the Rapid Response Team, a nonpartisan group that investigates allegations of false or misleading information being circulated about judicial candidates during the election cycle. For all of these reasons and more, Judge Evans was honored at the Barrister's 40th Anniversary Gala as one of the outstanding graduates of her decade in 2016, which was a well-deserved award, just as this one is today. I'm constantly in awe of both her impressive career as well as her work in the community throughout her lifetime. I can only hope that with her mentorship, I will turn out to be half the amazing attorney, judge, and person she is today. Congratulations to my mentor, my friend, Judge Audrey Evans.
When I went to law school, I began 40 years ago, and I was 35, and I think there was no one in my class who was both married and had kids. It wasn't a normal situation. And I tell you that because I want you to know that there wasn't a concept at that time in 1981 or 80 of mentoring. There wasn't even that concept. And mentoring then became a word, and people talked about mentors, and then UALR thought of this program, and I thought it was a wonderful idea. They asked me if I'd be a mentor. I thought that was a wonderful idea. And then I got the list of requirements, and I didn't think that was as wonderful an idea because all of a sudden I had things I had to do, and the law school was looking over me again. This is my alma mater. I'm grateful. But I was subjected to the requirements again, so it was a little daunting. And they assigned Christine to me. I knew nothing about her, and we have little in common, or so it would appear. But what we found out the first time we met was how much alike we are, and what a meaningful experience this was going to be, not just for Christine, but for me. When I went to law school, it was so hard. I hadn't been to school in 13 years. I had children in elementary school. I had a husband who's working, and he needed to establish his business, and there wasn't anybody who thought this was such a good idea but me. And so when I was asked to be a mentor, I thought it was my chance to come back with confidence. I was going to go through law school again with confidence. And then I met Christine, and we started going to law school together. It was so hard. Law school's gotten harder. It has gotten harder. And I feel like I went through law school again. And I think our school has grown and is wonderful. And I think it's very challenging and not like the experience I had. And I think having a mentor is an incredibly good idea, and I think it's a gift. I want to talk about being a mentor. It is a really precious relationship because you can't buy it. You can't buy a mentor. You can buy a teacher, you can buy a tutor, you can buy a lot of things. But a mentor-mentee relationship is where a person has gone through something and has accumulated knowledge and has decided to share that with another person. What a gift. All we have, mostly at the end of our days of working and toiling actually, is what we learn. And we're careful with that gift, and we will only share it with someone who will listen. And I was given a mentee who would listen and who had, and this is something required of being a mentee and a mentee, requires courage, because you're in law school, you're doing the best you can do, you're working hard. You don't know if you have what it takes. And to be a mentee, you have to open yourself up and say, how should I do that? Is that how I should have done it? So while your ego is most threatened, you have to open up and hear that perhaps your ideas weren't good ideas. What you did may not have been the very best way to approach it. And yet, if you are courageous and listen, then the gift of the wisdom is given to you. And for Christine and me, there was an added gift, and that was that we became very close, and that we were constantly comparing how the world had changed, what was required, what the practice of law was. We were deeply involved with each other, and so it was a gift flowing both ways, for which I'm very grateful and would not have were it not for this school and were it not for Christine. I wanted to say something else. I wanted to say that throughout life, people need mentors. No matter what you do, you need mentors, and I want to give some advice on how to get a mentor. Nobody owes you anything, period. You can't go say, can I hire you? But no matter where you are, what you're doing, you can admire someone. You can isolate what you like and admire about them. And then without being presumptuous, without taking time, you could say to them in person or a short note, do you have 10 minutes? Can I ask you a question? And be sure you have your question. But as a person who is embarking on your career, no matter where it goes, look for mentors, understand that they've got the pile of gold and they have a gift. And they might share it with you if you're both courageous enough to ask and listen and understand that you will get that gift on their terms. Presume nothing, no matter where you are. Do not presume they're dying to talk to you, because they're not. All they have is their time. So what you want to say is, whenever you have 10 minutes, do you have 20 minutes? I will meet you whatever works for you. And that's what Christine did. Christine somehow caught on that I'm a nervous driver. She was always willing to drive. She brought me here today. Those gifts were gifts to me, that she listened, that I saw her grow. Everything didn't go smoothly, but I saw her go through what she went through with determination and with the capacity to change course and listen. Was a gift to me, and it's given me great joy that UALR has acknowledged this and given Christine and me an award. I guess I get the award, but it's really a perfect ending for me. Not that I'm stopping, but it's certainly like icing on the cake, and I'm extremely grateful.
My name is Lindsay Gustafson. I'm the Associate Dean, and it is my pleasure to announce Top Papers. Top Papers are awarded by instructors for the top performance in their class, whether that be a written paper or an exam. Brittany F. Akel for Administrative Law, Fall 2020. Francis A. Amick for Research Writing and Analysis 1, Spring 2019. International Law, Fall 2020. Diana Arias for Law and Psychiatry, Spring 2020. Johanna Caroline Baker for Real Property 1, Fall 2020. Matthew K. Baker for Specialized Legal Research, Family Law, Fall 2020. Sarah N. Bayard, Family Law, Fall 2019. Conan N. Becknell for Contracts 1, Fall 2019, Research Writing and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Dustin W. Bissell for Remedies, Fall 2020. Brandon James Black for Law and Medicine, Spring 2020. Colin Douglas Boyd for Research Writing and Analysis 1, Fall 2019, Research Writing and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Melissa Ann Bradley for Arkansas Criminal Trial Practice, Fall 2020. Criminal Procedure Trial Process, Fall 2020. Joseph W. Brunette for Decedents Estates, Spring 2020. Robert H. Bullen for Insurance Law, Spring 2020. Richard D. Burke for Insurance Law, Spring 2019. Kara D. Butler for Entertainment Law, Spring 2019. Federal Income Taxation, Spring 2019. and Jurisprudence, Spring 2019. Adrian K. Cable for Tax Policy, Spring 2019, Comparative Law, Fall 2019, Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Fall 2019. Mark K. Cameron for Conflicts of Law, Spring 2020. Caitlin A. Campbell for Business Associations, Spring 2019. Kristen E. Carter for Criminal Procedure Post-Trial, Spring 2019. Riley S. Colley for Construction Law, Spring 2019. Supreme Court Litigation, Spring 2019. Brady C. Chambers, Secured Transactions, Fall 2020. Catherine E. Clark, Contracts 1, Fall 2020. Research Writing and Analysis 1, Fall 2020. David M. Cole, Contracts 1, Fall 2019. Research Writing and Analysis 1, Fall 2019. Amy M. Collis, Civil Procedure 2, Spring 2020. Adam C. Conradi, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1, Fall 2020. Javier S. Contreras, Overview of Practice in Arkansas Courts, Summer 2020. Alexandra A. Corrales, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1, Fall 2020. Stephen H. Cox, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1, Fall 2020. Ashley N. Creed, Sales Transactions, Spring 2019. Michael B. Crosby, Real Estate Transactions, Spring 2019. Caleb D. Davenport, Family Law, Spring 2019. Gabrielle M. Davis, Civil Procedure 2, Spring 2019. Evidence, Fall 2019. Estate Planning, Spring 2020. Catherine E. DeMaye, International Law, Fall 2019. Sarah Dicka, Civil Procedure 1, Fall 2020. Criminal Law, Spring 2020. M. Christine Dillard, Business Associations, Spring 2019. Bradley D. Dixon, Remedies, Spring 2020. Shaiteria S. Dunlap, Juvenile Law, Summer 2020. Savannah G. Dye, Remedies, Fall 2019. Macy Ann Eldridge, International Human Rights, Summer 2020. Hank M. Felton, Real Property 2, Spring 2020. Sarah Elaine Fendley, Real Estate Transactions, Spring 2020. Jessica H. Fontenot, Legislation, Spring 2019. Public Utility Law and Regulation, Spring 2019. Amanda D. Frudensprung, Torts, Fall 2020. James M. Gift, Real Property 2, Spring 2019. Constitutional Law, Fall 2019. Evidence, Fall 2019. Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Fall 2020. Kimberly G. Gould, Real Estate Transactions, Spring 2019. Calvin J. Graham, Law and Literature Seminar, Fall 2020. Will M. Graves, Employment Discrimination, Spring 2019. Kaylin E. Griffin, Law and Literature Seminar, Spring 2020. Jonathan I. Giltner, Research, Writing, and Analysis, Fall 2020. John D. Hall, Real Property 2, Spring 2019. Nathan C. Hamilton, Law and Literature Seminar, Fall 2019. Mark H. Hanna, Capital Punishment Seminar, Fall 2020. Brett M. Harris, Research, Writing, and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Eric B. Hill, Real Property 1, Fall 2019. Criminal Law, Spring 2020. Zachary H. Hill, Criminal Procedure Pretrial Process, Spring 2019. Family Law, Fall 2020. Matthew L. Hoffman. Civil Procedure 2, Spring 2019. Contracts 2, Spring 2019. Evidence Fall 2019. Specialized Legal Research Business Law Spring 2020. Estate and Gift Taxation Fall 2020. Mark R. Holland. Research, Writing, and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Caleb D. Hollinger. Remedies Fall 2019. Tax Policy Spring 2020. Austin Housley, Law and Religion Seminar Fall 2020. Logan R. Howard, Law and Literature Seminar Spring 2019. Peter Hughes, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1 Fall 2020. Matthew R. Engel, Civil Liberties Spring 2020. Law and Psychiatry Spring 2020. Jacob M. Jankowski, Specialized Legal Research Criminal Law, Fall 2019, Law and Literature Seminar, Spring 2020. Emily C. Jones, Sports and Entertainment Law, Summer 2020. Elijah T. Kemp, Civil Procedure 2, Spring 2020. Virginia C. Kendall, Civil Procedure 1, Fall 2020. N. Ross King, Conflict of Laws, Fall 2020. Glenn V. Larkin, Legal Professions, Spring 2019. Sales Transactions, Spring 2019. Conflict of Laws, Fall 2019. First Amendment Freedom of Speech and Religion, Spring 2020. Specialized Legal Research Business Law, Spring 2020. Nathan A. Lee, Criminal Procedure Trial Process, Fall 2020. Matthew C. Lewis, Specialized Legal Research Criminal Law, Fall 2020. Ryan Justin Little, Specialized Legal Research Family Law, Spring 2019. Secured Transactions, Summer 2019. Sales Transactions, Fall 2019. Rachel L. Lott, Immigration Law, Spring 2019. Legal Profession, Spring 2019. Elizabeth R. Lyon-Belay, Real Property 1, Fall 2020. Edward J. Mader, Administrative Law, Fall 2019. Marcy M. Manley, Corporate Justice, Spring 2019. Decedent's Estate, Spring 2019. Family Law, Summer 2019. Business Associations, Fall 2019. Fourth Amendment Seminar, Fall 2019. Judicial Practicum, Fall 2019. Specialized Legal Research, Family Law, Fall 2019. Jake Mason, Civil Procedure 2, Spring 2020. William G. McGrath, Sales Transactions, Fall 2020. Michelle E. Mendez, Torts, Fall 2019. Zoya V. Miller, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1, Fall 2019. T. Mackenzie Munger, Specialized Legal Research, Criminal Law, Spring 2020. Daniel F. Murphy, Law Office Management, Spring 2019. Christopher G. Mustine, Contracts 2, Spring 2020. Casey L. Minat, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1, Fall 2019. Criminal Procedure Pretrial Process, Fall 2020. Grant M. Neal, Real Property 1, Fall 2019. Criminal Law, Spring 2020. Research, Writing, and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Megan A. Neal, Research, Writing, and Analysis 1, Fall 2019. Research, Writing, and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Elizabeth A. Nelson, Legal Profession, Fall 2020. Aaron S. Newell, Torts, Fall 2019. Criminal Law, Spring 2020. Laura L. O'Hara, Legal Issues in Higher Education, Summer 2020. Clayton P. Orr, Legal Profession, Spring 2020. Law Office Management, Fall 2020. Amanda J. Partridge, Legislation, Fall 2020. Ann K. Paul, Torts, Fall 2020. S. Tyler Payne, Real Estate Transactions, Spring 2020. Law of the Sexual Exploitation of Children, Fall 2020. Alexis J. Pinkston, Remedies, Fall 2020. Travis E. Plummer, Race and Criminal Justice, Spring 2019. Melody K. Pruitt, Criminal Law, Spring 2020. Shay T. Randolph, Child Welfare Practice, Fall 2019. Connor M. Reddick, Law and Medicine, Spring 2019, Health Law, Fall 2019. Austin C. Reed, Research Writing and Analysis 2, Spring 2019, Evidence, Fall 2019, Federal Income Taxation, Spring 2020, Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Fall 2020. Robbie D. Riggs, Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Spring 2019, Estate and Gift Taxation, Fall 2019, Federal Income Taxation, Fall 2019. Hannah L. Rivera, Real Estate Finance, Fall 2020. Drew Joseph Rogers, Immigration Law, Spring 2020. Stephen C. Rookie, Law and Economics, Spring 2020. Blake P. Rowley, Real Property 2, Spring 2020. Laura E. Sargent, Law and Religion Seminar, Fall 2020. Shelby C. Shelton, Moot Court Competition, Fall 2019. Jeffrey M. Sifford, Research Writing and Analysis 2, Spring 2020. Jordan D. Slayton, Fourth Amendment Seminar, Fall 2020. Jessica C. Smith, Specialized Legal Research, Family Law, Spring 2020. Hunter R. Smithberg, Research Writing and Analysis 1, Fall 2020. Caitlin M. Spellman, Specialized Legal Research, Criminal Law, Spring 2019. Monica K. Spire, Real Property 1, Fall 2019, Evidence, Fall 2020. Tori P. Steitler, Real Property 2, Spring 2019, Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Spring 2019. Joseph C. Stepina, Election Law, Spring 2020. Sloan N. Stein, Fall 2019, Research Writing and Analysis. Michael M. Stieritz, 2019, Spring, Contracts 2, Criminal Law and Research Writing and Analysis 2. 2019, Summer, Intellectual Property and Juvenile Law. Fall, Civil Procedure 1, Constitutional Law, Criminal Procedure Pretrial, Process, Evidence, and Real Property 1. Spring, Advanced Appellate Advocacy, Civil Procedure 2, Law and Economics, Legal Profession, Real Property 2. Summer, Consumer Protection Law. Fall, Business Associations, Employment Law, and Specialized Legal Research, Business Law. Robert J. Stodola, Contracts 1, Fall 2020. William J. Swartzwelder, Secured Transactions, Spring 2019, Sports and Entertainment Law, Summer 2019, Constitutional History, Fall 2019, Decedents Estates, Fall 2019, Employment Law, Fall 2019. Patrick J. F. Taylor, Research, Writing and Analysis 1, Fall 2019, Criminal Law, Spring 2020. Susan B. Thomas, Research, Writing and Analysis 2, Spring 2019. Connor A. Thompson, Real Property 2, Spring 2019, Research, Writing and Analysis 2, Spring 2019. Emily K. Tao, Client Interviewing, Spring 2020. Dylan S. Treadwell, Hip Hop and the American Constitution, Fall 2019. Andrew S. Trevino, Specialized Legal Research, Family Law, Spring 2019. Allison L. Schemer, Administrative Law, Fall 2019, Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Fall 2019. Christopher L. Turansky, First Amendment, Freedom of Speech and Religion, Spring 2019, Real Estate Finance, Fall 2019. Hannah K. Van Horn, Federal Income Taxation, Spring 2020, Arkansas Constitution, Summer 2020. Destiny S. Vinzant, Child Welfare Practice, Fall 2020. Victoria L. Wadley, Criminal Procedure Sentencing, Spring 2019. Bradley M. Wagnon, Specialized Legal Research, Business Law, Spring 2019, Criminal Procedure Post-Trial, Fall 2019, Law and Psychiatry, Spring 2020. Alan James Ward, Immigration Law, Spring 2020. Hannah E. Webb, Criminal Law, Spring 2019. Andrew J. Weir, Civil Procedure 2, Spring 2020. Milton H. Wetzel, Evidence, Fall 2020. Jacob I. Wycliffe, Criminal Procedure Trial Process, Fall 2019, Immigration Law, Spring 2020. Eric N. Wilson, Survey of Arkansas Courts, Summer 2019. James A. Wilson, Oil and Gas Law, Fall 2019. Jessica L. Witherspoon, Estate Planning, Spring 2019. Richard A. Wolford, Decedents Estates, Fall 2020. Christopher L. Yateman, Civil Procedure 1, Fall 2019. Torts, Fall 2019. Administrative Law, Fall 2020. We congratulate all the winners.
Hi, I'm Terry Biner, Dean of the Bowen School of Law. As Dean, one of my greatest pleasures is awarding the Dean's Certificate of Service. Each year, Bowen students have multiple opportunities to perform public service while at law school. However, most of them don't have a whole lot of time to devote to this service. Yet every year, we have several students who distinguish themselves by performing literally hundreds of hours of service. We recognize these students in two ways. First, for students who perform at least 100 hours of public service, they are awarded the Dean's Certificate of Service. For those who perform 300 or more hours of service, they're awarded the Dean's Certificate of Distinguished Service. This year, we have 4 students who are going to recognize for their outstanding public service. So let me get to the important part and tell you about these students. Our first award winner from the class of 2020 is Christina Farmer. Christina is being awarded the Dean's Certificate of Distinguished Service. She's performed over 300 hours of public service while a law student. Her classmate, Dakota Britt, is also receiving the Dean's Certificate of Distinguished Service. Dakota performed 314 hours of public service. Zoya Miller is receiving the Dean's Certificate of Service. She's performed over 100 hours of public service. And finally, Will McGrath is also receiving the Dean's Certificate of Service. Will did over 225 hours of public service during law school. If you combine just these 4 students together, you get nearly 1,000 hours of public service just by these 4 students. Congratulations to these award winners. You've done remarkable things for our community and provided a great role model for not only students at Bowen, but for our faculty and staff as well.
Each year, the Office of Student Affairs has the honor of helping new law students navigate their first semester of law school through the Bowen Student Success Program. In Student Affairs, we believe that successful, engaged, and healthy law students make successful, engaged, and healthy lawyers. That's why one of the first things that our students hear is, don't just survive law school, but thrive in law school. Each year, the incoming 1Ls are divided into groups that meet weekly. We refer to these as our SST, or our Student Success Teams. The SST teams of 2019 hold a special place in my heart. We started this year with an orientation project that should have been a tip-off for the year ahead. We planned an outside playground improvement project in August, and we experienced a historic record-breaking rain event that day while we were all working outside. The Student Success Teams for the year 2019 have continued to roll with the punches since that first day of orientation. Each year, we select a team that was awarded the most points for the year. For 2019, please join me in congratulating Team 4 for the full-time division. This team includes Erin Newell, Kylie Colwell, Jamie Beal, and Jeffrey Gardner. In addition, please join me in congratulating Group 26 for the part-time division. This group includes Alex Comerford, Caitlin Capel, Tamiko Townley, Eric Law, Caitlin Joyner, Devin Young, Jacob Webb, and Christopher Kolotsky. The Dean's Fellows are upper-level students chosen to lead the SST groups each year. We select a Dean's Fellow of the Year based on demonstrated leadership skills, excellence in academic performance, professionalism, and a desire to lead and care for their fellow students. For 2019, Sami Kassan consistently demonstrated each of those qualities. I could go on about Sami's attitude, work ethic, and her great sense of humor, but I think it best comes from the 1Ls that were in her group. Here are some of the things that the 1Ls said about Sami. Sami was truly a great Dean's Fellow. She was always available to help with any issues I was having during my first year. She taught me how to handle law school, and she's the reason I'm still here today. She was instrumental throughout my 1L year, and I am grateful to have her as a friend. Another student said, I'm tremendously grateful for the time and effort Sami put into preparing each week during our 1L year. She was very responsive when we had questions, and she was instrumental in our group's 1L year successes. So congratulations to Sami, 2019 Dean's Fellow of the Year.
Our 2020 Student Success Teams of the Year faced a difficult challenge of being engaged, successful students during an unprecedented pandemic. These groups demonstrated their commitment to becoming well-rounded, mindful attorneys by earning the most student success points in the history of this program. Group 17 and 25 are proof that prioritizing academic success, personal health, and community building can see us through some of our most stressful times as law students and legal professionals. Please join me in congratulating our full-time Student Success Team of the Year, Group 17, Shayna Andrews, Brittany Karen, Stephen Cox, Chris Danforth, Curtis Shepard, Hayden Majors, and Emma Jumper, and our part-time Student Success Teams of the Year, Group 25, Andrea Brady, Joseph Ellington, Timothy Havens, Jennifer Judkins, and Austin Powell. Our Dean's Fellows are upper-level students chosen to mentor 1L students during the fall semester. We select Dean's Fellows based on their demonstrated leadership skills, academic excellence, professionalism, and a desire to lead and care for their fellow students. Zoe Harris is a second-year student at the Bowen School of Law. Born and raised in Camden, Arkansas, Zoe earned her BA in Criminal Justice from the UA Little Rock, where she was an ambassador for the Chancellor's Leadership Corps. Presently, Zoe works with Decarcerate and Abolish Private Prisons, researching disparities within the criminal justice system. Zoe serves on the board for the Black Law Students Association here at Bowen, and she prides herself on her commitment to public service and community advocacy.
Hi, I'm Shayna Andrews. I'm a 1L. Having Zoe as my Dean's Fellow was an important part to my first semester here at Bowen. She was like our cheerleader, always motivating us and telling us how proud she was. She was very helpful and made sure we knew what to expect for our final exams. She made sure we all had outlines and even helped us do some practice problems. Zoe went above and beyond to answer all the many questions that I had as I was just trying to survive my first semester here at Bowen.
My name is Chris Danforth. I am a 1L here at Bowen School of Law, and I was in Zoe Harris's award-winning SST group. With her empathy, her competitive spirit, and her drive, we were able to hit the ground running. She was fantastic. She brought a lot of energy and joy to every meeting, and we were so happy to have her as our group leader.
It's my honor and privilege to present Zoe Harris with our 2020 Dean's Fellow of the Year Award.
I'm Rebecca Nugent, the Student Affairs Program Manager here at Bowen. One of my favorite parts of my position is that I oversee our student organizations. We have over 20 student organizations reflecting the diversity of interest, experience, and background with the law school community. Each year we recognize one of our student groups as a Student Organization of the Year. This is a tremendous honor. I am proud to honor Outlaw Legal Society as our 2019 Student Organization of the Year. Outlaw has continued to support their mission of fostering and maintaining an environment that is supportive, positive, and safe for all individuals. In 2019, under the leadership of their president, Damian Powell, the organization became part of the National LGBT Bar Association's Law School Affiliate Program, held a Coming Out Day park cleanup at MacArthur Park, promoted local pro bono events such as gender and name change clinics, marched in the local Pride Parade, representing their organization and the law school community, volunteered at Bowen's Blood Drive, gathering signatures to support a national movement to lift the gay blood ban. And finally, they worked with several local LGBTQ organizations to develop a resource guide for LGBTQ-friendly service providers in the state, including legal services.
Hi, I'm Melody Weigel. I am the Admissions and Record Specialist here at Bowen School of Law, and I am the advisor for Outlaw Legal Society. The members of Outlaw Legal Society have provided me the privilege of being their advisor for the past few years, and it is just that, a privilege. Together, we've worked to create spaces within the law school where a diverse group of future attorneys can be their authentic, filter-free selves. Nothing in my career has ever provided me as much pride as watching our students embody Bowen's core values through their work in public service and social justice. And in a few short years, they are taking this fire with them into the legal field. I get to have a front row seat, watching networks grow in the community as our members graduate. I get to champion the passion projects of the executive team each year. And I nurture the future leaders in every 1L class. I'm blessed to have Outlaw in my life, to be able to share a good laugh or a good cry with a brave group of trailblazers. I'm so honored that they are being recognized for their hard work as Student Organization of the Year.
As you can tell, Outlaw is very active on campus and in the local community. Congratulations to Outlaw Legal Society for being selected the 2019 Student Organization of the Year. As we all know, 2020 was a difficult year. In-person gatherings and events were short-lived. The words virtual, Zoom, and online became a part of everyone's language. This, however, did not stop our Black Law Student Association from getting creative and looking for new ways to get engaged. It is with great privilege to award Bowen's Black Law Student Association as our 2020 Student Organization of the Year. This past year, BALSA hosted a panel of community leaders who discussed voting rights and the Black community, joined the Black Lives Matter organizers in a rally and march at the Arkansas State Capitol, raised funds for the Social Justice Institute, held a minority pre-law boot camp, collected food and clothing for the Arkansas Food Bank and the van, and created a mock trial team for the regional competition of the Nabalsa Constance Baker Motley Trial Competition, where they competed and advanced to the semifinals with a final placement of 4th.
One of my favorite times of year is when I get an email from the incoming BALSA president asking me to serve as faculty advisor for another year. The members of this organization never cease to amaze me with their commitment to supporting Black Law students here at Bowen. All of the on-campus student events were canceled for 2020, and BALSA immediately adjusted to the change in really impressive and creative ways. ISOS and Altamis led this organization during a really challenging time, and I'm extremely proud of them and their executive board. They really are a credit to this institution.
This was a difficult year to say the least, but BALSA continued to shine. Congratulations to the Black Law Student Association for being selected as the 2020 Student Organization of the Year.
Thank you all for joining us for the 2019 and 2020 combined virtual Bowen Awards. Normally we would do these awards in person, and our students really deserve that live recognition. These award winners have distinguished themselves in a variety of ways, and I'm very proud of them. First, for our top paper award winners. Those of you who have been recognized for a top paper have distinguished yourselves among your classmates. You have shown yourself to be the top of the heap in your individual classes. Some of you did this in classes of over 100 students, Bravo! Congratulations on extraordinary work. For those of you receiving the Dean's Certificate of Service, I'm really proud of you. One of Bowen's core values is public service, and you've exemplified that public service by devoting hundreds of hours to the community. Thank you. For those who are receiving awards for Student Success Teams of the Year, you've demonstrated an ability to work as a team that's going to really serve you well in the practice of law. Congratulations. And finally, to our Student Organizations of the Year, you have provided interesting programming that engaged all of the law school community. Thank you for being creative and thoughtful in your approach to how you do your service here at the law school. Congratulations to all our award winners. You've done remarkable work.